Hi, and welcome back to Pretty Creative Stuff. Today I'm going to tell you how to decorate for a party with balloons without helium. You don't need helium to decorate with balloons. Watch until the end to find out the least expensive and easiest way to do this. Idea number one. Make a balloon garland. I have made balloon garlands for multiple birthday parties for my son, for my daughter, for myself, just because. I highly recommend making a balloon garland. It is not hard, and I'm gonna show you a tutorial about how to do that right now. This is one that I was making for my daughter's rainbow unicorn themed birthday party. I'm in my messy office right now, and as you can probably see, I have a lot of balloons behind me. I am making a balloon banner, or whatever they're called, like the balloon garland things that you hang up. I've made these for multiple parties, and I just wanted to show how easy it is to make them. So there is this tape that you get, and really this is all you need. It's not even tape, it's just like this plastic. You know, it's hard to see, I'm trying to put my hand behind it, but there's like a hole right there, and you see there's like a bigger hole and a smaller hole. So when you blow a balloon up, you just stick the knot into the bigger hole and put it into the smaller hole. I'll blow up a balloon and show you how that works. But what I'm doing right now is I'm kind of sort of doing the idea of a rainbow, because I'm doing all of those same colors together. So I have pink, I have yellow, I have green, and then I'm going to do purple on the end, and then I have some blue balloons I'm going to hang up and put somewhere else. You don't need to hire someone to do it. It's super easy. It just takes a little bit of time. Really, that's all. So let me show you how easy this is. It's also really helpful if you're doing something like this to have an electric balloon pump. I've had this for a couple years. I've used it for parties, and it's totally worth it. I'll put a link to this on my Amazon storefront, and in the description box you can find that. The pump is a little loud. I was worried it was going to scare my puppies, but you can see just how fast it inflates. Watch this. Done. Some people prefer to have different sizes of balloons. All of mine are the exact same size. Some of them I put a little bit more air in than the others, so they may not look like they're exactly the same size, but they're all the same size balloons, and you can just do whatever works for you. There's really no wrong way, and like I said, it's not hard to do. It just takes a little bit of time. So let me show you how easy it is to hook them on here. So we have this tape that I showed you where there's the hole in it. I think that's probably pretty hard to see, but maybe with my finger behind it you can kind of see it. Okay, so one thing I want to point out is sometimes depending on the size of your balloons, you might need to skip one of these and like go to the next one. It just depends how chubby your balloons are and if there's enough room for them. Sticking it through the fat one, push it down to the small one, and then I'll go on to the next one. Now for this one, I'm gonna skip one of these because they're just too close together. I've been doing about 2 or 3 together, and then I'll skip one. But again, it just depends on the size of your balloons. If you're doing a balloon bouquet where you're using different sizes of balloons, then you may just put little ones in between. And then there we go. Added 2 more. So now I'm gonna do the purple ones, and then I'm gonna hang this up downstairs. Back to making balloons. These balloons, I kind of tried to make it like a rainbow, the 4 different colors. I showed you how I made the garland, and we added a Pegasus flying, and then these balloons, except for the silver ones, the blue ones, came in this same bag. Idea number 2, balloon stands. Balloon stands are great because then the balloons can stand up, but they don't need helium. I have another tutorial about how I used balloon stands that I got from Amazon to make some beautiful balloon bouquets for my daughter's most recent rainbow unicorn birthday party. I wanted to show you this balloon bouquet kit that I got. It is to make 4 balloon bouquets. I've already done 2 of them downstairs, and in the process there was a little bit of a learning curve, so I thought it was worth explaining. I'm going to link to this product in my Amazon storefront, and I'll include that in the description box. But if you happen to buy this for a party, I would recommend it. It seems like it's decent quality and I like the way it looks, but it took me a minute to figure out how to use it because there are no directions in the box. I had to go back to Amazon and read the directions in the pictures. There are pictures that tell you what to do, and then I was able to figure out what to do. So if you would rather see a video showing you how to do it, here you go. Like I said, I've already put together 2 of them, so I have enough left for 2 more. It includes these clear stands. They're clear, and so each clear stand, it has room for 7 balloon holders. They come together like this with rubber band around it. So I'm going to take that off. And this, all of these will end up on here. These are the things that the balloons will hook to, and they hook onto these. I'll show you how to do that in a minute, but I didn't understand what these were for until I went back and read the directions. So first I'm just gonna unhook everything. They come together just kind of like briefly hooked with the plastic. So I'm gonna unhook that. For each balloon stand, you have 6 small ones and 1 big one. The big one will go in the middle. One thing that I saw in the reviews is that these plastic pieces can break if you push too hard on them. So I'm not pushing too hard on them. I'm just pushing hard enough to snap them into place. So I have all of these, and you get, in each bundle, there's 2 long ones, and we're gonna hook those together. You also get this, and there's 1, 2, 3 small ones and 1 big one. So we're gonna unhook the big one, and you push one end in here and one and the other one here to make it taller. Now, you don't necessarily have to push it all the way together because you don't want these to snap or crack. So I'm going to put that in the middle, and that's the first one. For each balloon stand, besides the really big one, you get 3 of these shorter ones and 6 of these longer ones that are thinner. For 3 of the longer ones, we're just gonna stick in the balloon stand the way it is. And I'm gonna do every other one because there's 6 of them, and we're gonna alternate. So I'll do 1 and then skip 1, and then 1 and then skip 1. So it just fits right in here. But like I said, you don't have to push all the way, just enough so that it'll stay. You don't want it to crack. 2 and 3. Now we have 3 each of the shorter ones and the longer ones, and we're gonna hook these together like we did with the big one, except we're gonna use these little ones. So I'm gonna unhook these from each other. So it's really easy to do just without directions. It wasn't necessarily intuitive for me. So put one end in here of this little one, and then we're gonna hook it to a shorter one. Now you could probably set these up differently if you wanted them to be different heights than the way it's recommended, but it's entirely up to you. It really just depends on what's gonna work with your design. So this is hooked together, and I didn't press all the way because I don't want them to crack. So now this one is taller than the ones that are just on here. So I'm gonna put those in the ones that I skipped. That way every other one is a little bit taller. So like that, if you can see, and then I'll hook the other 2 in place. So same thing, just hook these together. One bad thing about balloons is it creates a lot of static. So I have like any sort of dust that happens to be in your house ends up stuck to the balloon. Definitely dust and vacuum if you can before putting balloons together, or else it'll all end up on the balloons. That's my experience. The tallest one, the big thick one, and then I have 3 taller ones and then the shorter ones, and they're all just hooked down here. This big one, it fits into the top. So here, you just push that in there. And then I have all these little ones, and these are what are gonna hold the balloons onto them. Let me actually show you how a balloon goes in here before attaching it to this, and then you'll be able to see how this works. I've been doing layers, so there's 3 layers, shorter, middle, and tall, and I've been doing purple, turquoise, and pink, so I'm trying to decide which color I want on top, because I've been doing 1 layer in one color, 1 layer in the middle, and 1 layer on top. Let me see, I think I'm gonna do the turquoise one on top. They have pictures of unicorns and rainbows and stuff. Here's one. Here's what another one looks like. I'll include the link to these balloons as well. They seem really good. I blew up some yesterday, and they still look great. So anyway, I'm gonna show you how it hooks onto this one. I don't know that this is the correct way to do it, but this is how I'm doing it. I think what they want you to do is push this whole little part where you tie it through here, but I can't do that. So what I'm doing is just pulling it through one of these holes and then hooking it on. There's like a little hook right here. I'm hooking it through there, and that seems to be staying pretty well. So anyway, there's that one hooked on, and you can see it just snaps in place. For the smaller ones, let me show you how a balloon hooks on there. So here's a pink one. You can see the pretty unicorn on here. So it has 3 little sections in it, and we're just gonna put the knot through one of those. So if you can see this, in the section there, and then you have the knot here, and I'm going to pull it over like that and put it into another one. So it ends up on the inside like that. And then they're also suggesting securing that with a glue dot. I haven't done that yet and it seems like they've stayed. And I'd suggest going from the top down because it's going from the middle out, and that just seems to be easier. If you can see, I'm gonna snap the rest of these onto my stand. So I have these, I'm just gonna snap them in place. And again, I'm not pushing down all the way because just enough that they'll stay. I don't want the plastic to crack. And also keep in mind that they're clear, so it can be easy to not know where they are. So I think I'm gonna do purple in the middle. And just like the one that I put on here, I'm gonna do the same thing, except I'm gonna do it with them already stuck on the sticks. And I'll show you what it looks like when it's all put together. I also suggest if you have balloons with pictures on them, try to have the picture facing out, obviously, which you can do that by like just lining it up correctly when you put it on here. But these are also pretty easy to just like twist it a little bit, and then you can get the picture exactly where you want it. Just like anything with balloons, it isn't hard, it just takes a little bit of time. Balloons aren't very expensive, and these stands can be used over and over again. They fold down like really small, like you saw how they all came in pieces. Okay, so now I just need to do the pink ones. Actually, in order to stick this one on, I'm gonna have to take the one that I already have the balloon on, I'm gonna have to take the tube out and stick that on so I can press them together. So I don't want to press down on the balloon and pop it. All right, and there's what it looks like when it's all put together. And like I said before, you can rotate these pretty easily if you want the picture to be in a slightly different spot. And the base, you could even put this on like a turntable or something if you want it to spin around. But I'm gonna set it on a table downstairs. There's one, I'm making a total of 4 of these. You can see the finished balloon stand behind me, and that's I have 2 of them back there. I'm gonna bring those downstairs in a minute. If you'd like to see more about the Rainbow Unicorn birthday party, I've included a link to that video in the description box. If you don't wanna make a whole balloon bouquet, there are also sticks that you can get that it's just individual balloons, and you could just prop those up. You could fill like a vase with sand or something and stick it in there, or outside in like a flower pot. We have big baskets that we fill with pine cones. I don't know why, it's just kind of fun and decorative. And I usually stick the balloon sticks in there. But once again, decorating without helium. Another way is the type of balloons that you inflate with a straw. These do not need helium. You just need a little tape or string to hang them up. There are plenty of these that you can get at places like the dollar store or Amazon. I'm gonna show you how to do that right now. This was for our puppy's first birthday party. I think we got this from Hobby Lobby, but you could easily find one on Amazon or a lot of different retailers. It's the balloon banner kind where you fill the balloons with air with a straw. And you just keep going till it's filled up, and then I'll help you string them up, okay? Okay, I might do one more puff of air, make it a little bit, there you go, like that, that's perfect. And then take it out right away. That way this part will stay closed and air won't leak out. That's really good. Okay, cool, and now we need the string. We have the It's a Party sign all strung up. Molly did a great job on that. And I'm gonna hang it up over here over the fireplace. I think that looks really cute. There are also similar balloons that you can get in the shape and theme of whatever type of party you're having. For example, my daughter recently had a Rainbow Unicorn birthday party, and I got these amazing unicorn balloons that can stand up on their own, and you just inflate them with a straw. It's a couple months after her party and they're actually still inflated, so it's pretty amazing. I'm gonna show you how to assemble those right now. All right, so we're putting together the unicorn balloons, and they are totally awesome. One thing I didn't know is that the legs are not attached when you get it. So I got a pack of 8, and you open up the unicorn and it has like numbers on both sides. So you can see like this one says number 2, and then there's 4 legs. So you have to match the numbers. Here's number 4. So you see it's like that, and then there's this thing, and you have to match the numbers. So those are both 4s, and then you hook them in. And then the same on the other side with the legs. So 2 on each side, obviously. It's the kind of balloon that you inflate with a straw. So you hook the legs in first, And then there's a place for the straw. So you put the straw in here and you inflate it that way, and it inflates the legs as well. But one thing that's kind of cool is you can adjust the legs. They stand up all by themselves.
I'm gonna make my other one with like it's leaning over that unicorn.
Yeah, so they stand up all by themselves. And Walter, stand over there so we can see how big they are. Look how big these are. That's a 10-year-old boy, that's a unicorn. So they can stand up, they can lay down.
5 feet tall.
Yeah, you're getting tall. So these are really big. I think they're gonna be awesome during the party. But I would highly recommend these so far. We'll see how long they hold air, but I know some things where you inflate them with a straw, it's like weeks, months later, and they still have the air in them. Okay, last but not least, this is the least expensive way to decorate with balloons without helium. You don't need to buy any special kits. You don't need any special type of balloons like the ones you inflate with a straw. We're just talking regular balloons here and a piece of string, maybe tape. So what I did, this was for our puppy's first birthday party, and here I'm gonna show you how I use string and balloons to decorate for their birthday. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I strung a string across, and I could make a full-on balloon garland. I've done that before for parties, but I feel like that's a little overkill for a dog's party. So I strung a string across, and then I'm gonna string a little string onto each balloon and have it like upside down. And then I'm gonna cut it and tie it onto the string so I can put them exactly where I want them. I made another banner with some balloons that I hung up. I ended up taping them together a little bit. So they're taped right there so they stay together because I wrote first birthday just with a Sharpie on them and then an exclamation point on the other side. And then I did the same thing in reverse. First birthday on the other side. So because I wrote on them, I didn't want them spinning around as we walk around because that was making the letters move and then it looked kind of weird. So I could have done a whole regular balloon banner, but I just felt like doing something a little bit different. And then it says the same thing on the other side, but I'm looking at it from here because I think it's cute seeing the party signs and the pictures and everything in the background. This is like the party shot. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe and tell me in the comments which one of these balloon decorating ideas you found the most helpful. Are you still gonna use helium to decorate with balloons, or are you gonna use one of these ideas? And check the description box for a link to my Amazon storefront where you can find a lot of the items I mentioned in this video. See you next time. Bye.